Hey guys, it's Coach Mike T here, and today I seen something that came out actually yesterday and had to bring some attention to it, okay? Because I feel like there are so many business owners, including some of my clients, who are dealing with these same things right here, right now. And so I wanted to bring it up, right? So on Business Insider yesterday was posted by Alana Akhtar, right? The title of this article says a business owner who spent nearly $46 million on Facebook advertising says he's been booted from the platform without explanation, right? And it goes on to talk about how the CEO, Jordan Nabigon of the company Shared, it's a content curation site, that he spent nearly $46 million between the years of 2006 and 2020 on Facebook ads. And for whatever reason, without warning or explanation, they kicked him off. Facebook comes back to say to him that he was basically kicked off, but not, they didn't really elaborate much, but they did say due to safety and security. Okay. So now several of his company pages have been unpublished, just done since October 26th. Now, he believes that they didn't do anything wrong, and they go on in that. I'll put a link for that article below so you can take a read. But I've actually experienced the exact same thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I've not spent $46 million on Facebook ads. Not me, not yet. Right. But I think that's just so curious. That's so interesting, right? That there are so many people, including a few of my clients, who say, you know what? My ads account just got shut down. My personal profile, my business pages have just been shut down. And this is why I always say your audience is diversified. Why won't you diversify? Right? So that when things like this happen, it doesn't just demolish your business. You see, because just because someone likes your page on Facebook, or they like a picture on Instagram, or they follow you in one place, doesn't make them a raving fan, right? It doesn't mean that they will follow you to the ends of the earth, because if they did, they'd already be on your other platforms. So that's why whenever you're doing marketing, whenever you're giving someone a CTA, right, a call to action, you should try to get them on as many platforms as possible. And even more so, try to get them on your email list. Why? Because as of right now, that's the one thing that hasn't changed drastically, right? That's the one thing that hasn't just straight up gone bazonkers, right? Every platform from MySpace, right, to Periscope and all of these, like, I mean, there's been some fly by night apps that you kind of try to get into, but I mean, ultimately, it's all cyclical. There's going to be an app that's going to be the app of the day, the month, the year. You're going to jump on there. You're going to grab followers. You have to grab your followers off of these apps and get them in a place that you have a little more control. And that's what I'm always telling my clients, because yes, my ad account went down as well. It hurt a little bit, of course, as you see that pipeline just dry up, right? But when you have other lines in the water, right, fishing analogy, then one falling off or one line breaking isn't going to break your business. Now, they said there are upwards near to 21 million followers amongst their 5 or 6 pages that they had on Facebook that all got shut down. 21 million followers. But that's exactly it. We have to get our followers to a place of being raving fans, right? Because that doesn't mean that you have 21 million customers. And until someone gives you their money, and until they say, hey, let me refer you to someone, do they become a raving fan? If they give you their money, and they continue to push you or tell their friends about you, oh yeah, you have a raving fan then. So be sure that whenever you are creating your business, whatever season you're in, whether you're in, I like to name them my kids' ages right now, right? Because I have a 6-month-old, I have a 2-year-old, and I have a 6-year-old. And my business follows that. The 6-month-old, I can't expect him to get up and walk, right, and get a cereal, like I said in the last show. And so my business is that. If your business is in that place, still start figuring out right here, right now, what platforms, plural, you will utilize. Because although you don't have to diversify your business because you want to stay focused, you want to know what problem you solve, you do want to diversify the audience. Because I, like a lot of people, I have Facebook on my phone, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, and the list honestly goes on, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it goes on. I have a lot of social media apps on my phone, right? But they're for business purposes, because I understand that there are audiences on all those platforms that which I can reach. I'm gonna have to speak a little bit different language to reach them, but it all comes back to the central focus of I love to help keep small business owners accountable to reaching and achieving fulfillment, right? And so take heed, listen to Gary Vee. For those of you guys who don't know, I'll also link one of my favorite episodes of Gary Vee in the show notes below because he is my all-time favorite, especially for what he's talking about right here, right now, and what we're actually dealing with in this day and age with social platforms being under the magnifying glass, right? And antitrust laws and all these different things. We have to be able to diversify just like our audiences and meet them where they are, be all things to all people, be able to talk to them in the way that they best gain the information. And so if you solve a big enough problem, don't those people on those other platforms deserve to understand that you have a solution? I mean, isn't that kind of your, if it's not your spiritual obligation, depending on if you're a spiritual person or not, isn't that the obligation of your company? Isn't that why you went into business, was to solve a specific problem? And I know good and well that that problem isn't specific to people only on Facebook, because most of those people who are on Facebook are also on Twitter and Pinterest and TikTok. I mean, the list goes on. So why not get there? Okay, why not get your list to that place? But at the end of the day, you should be trying to get people to your email list, guys. That's where you have the most control. You can talk to them daily without having to spend any money. You spend the money in order to get their emails. And okay, we'll talk about that some other time. I understand you're like, oh, hold on, do what? Reach out to me. Just go to speakaudibly.com and hit that start here button. That'll get you to a free strategy session. And we can really understand what is that you're doing in your business, the problem that you solve, and more importantly, where's your audience? So then, like some people, you don't have to lose so much when a platform makes a change, when they include maybe too much artificial intelligence, because like every other person I'm listening to, I too reached out to the Facebook reps who you don't get a single rep anymore. You just kind of go into their customer service and they give you this kind of canned generic response and you chat with them and they really can't do anything about it. And they'll say, oh, 2-3 days, it'll go by. Here we are 3 weeks later. And it's like, okay, they have changes happening and this may be one of those cycles, right? So diversify your audience. If you need help with that, be sure to reach out to me, speakaudibly.com, hit that start here button. Let's chat. We'll talk soon, guys.